How's that? Your first fight was in Brazil, actually, against Ebenezer Braga.
Yes.
So how long did you train before you took that fight?
Well, see, I was just doing another podcast with my buddies at Old School Gym, and people don't understand that I was wrestling. I was trying to train for the U.S. Nationals, and we weren't, there wasn't a lot of cross training going around there. Maybe it was just starting, and we were, I was just training for U.S. Nationals, and the call came in from Coleman, and we didn't change our training up. We just picked it up. We were pushing cars and wrestling like Hammer House style, you know what I mean? So, but I went down there, and that was put me on the map. Ebenezer, you guys know the Old School guys. He was probably top 5 in the world then. And I think Miguel, you were at that fight, right?
I believe so, yeah. Now let me ask you though. How'd you meet Coleman though? How'd you meet Coleman? Let's go back.
How did you guys hook up?
So I wrestled at West Liberty. I won a national title. I was a 2-time national finalist, and I had some success in some freestyle, and not coming from D1. Nowadays, everyone knows the D2 guys can compete with the D1 guys. It's the mid-'90s. It was kind of – so I wasn't really getting on. And Brian Edison, a buddy of mine that wrestled, was a 2-time national finalist at West Liberty State. Now it's West Liberty University. Knew Coleman. And Coleman was there, and Randleman and Rex Holm and Mitch Clark. And, he put me in touch with Coleman though the thinking was not fighting. The fighting was not – it was to train for the U.S. Open, for U.S. Nationals. And then, Miguel knows me and Coleman. I got down there, and in 2 days, me, him, and Randleman were thick as thieves. Literally and figuratively.
Well, the thing is Coleman and Randleman being the leaders of Hammer House, they put a lot of pressure on their guys to represent the school and stuff. And it isn't a lot of guys that have been with them the whole time. You have.
But Coleman was the leader. Was the leader. Everyone else was the soldiers. He was the general.
So now the way that old stuff worked was like Bottarelli, the promoter at IVC, he wanted Coleman. Everybody wanted Coleman to fight, but the money wasn't going to be for a champion. It wasn't right. So Coleman would call you.
It was supposed to be an 8-man tournament. It was supposed to be an 8-man tournament. Coleman was going to come and bring me, and and they were bringing. I think they mostly were showing guys. Maybe I don't know how they did it. They got 1 or 2 international guys in. And what happened is they decided to they saw videos of me, and they saw Coleman, and I did well U.S. Nationals here, and they decided to scratch the tournament and make it 3 super fights to save money, and and it was me and Ebenezer, and it was Pele and Chuck and Vanderlei and Mike Van Arsdale, and that was the whole card, and it was a 2-hour card, and it was crazy, dude. That was crazy back then. But I was young. I didn't give a shit. I was ready to roll, dude.
Yeah, were you intimidated at all walking into that? I mean, your first fight is overseas against a top 5 guy in the world.
Dude, can you believe this? I was so – listen to that. I'll tell you a quick story. So I'm a wrestler. So the weight – the contract comes in at 200 pounds. So I'm 250, I'm 220, 225 going over there, dude. I'm 220 at least. And so I wake up, and so we go out to this. Bottarelli takes us nice. I think you were there, Miguel. I swear to God you were there. And he takes us nice Chinese restaurants when the table rotates. And I was young. This first time being overseas, and I was sampling everything. Boom, boom. No one's saying anything. Everyone has a nice time. And here comes the donuts at the end of the night, and I go, 1, 2, 3, and Coleman goes, "Hey man," and I put one back. He goes, "It's too late now." So I wake up, and I got the next day, and I got a lot of weight to cut. Who knows, but not 14, 15 pounds. And so I'm there, and now they see me cutting weight. They don't understand. Now they understand. Back then, the Brazilians, they weren't cutting weight like that. You know that, Miguel. Yep. The wrestlers and the boxers bought the weight cut in this. They didn't, so they're all worried about me making weight, and I was so unintimidated. Like, it was a big deal there. They had TV, sport TV was there, and they're sitting there, and I'm talking through a translator. I spoke no Portuguese at the time. I was talking through a translator, and finally I'm getting the gist of this question. And I go, "Wait a second. You think he's going to beat me? Look at him. He don't even lift the weight." And now they go, "Now we really think he's going to beat you." But no, nowadays I didn't know nothing. Listen, I thought I was I could murder anyone. Listen, I was ready to roll anything. Gunfight, knife fight, not looking back on it, I was like, man, I should have practiced a little bit of submission defense, you know what I mean? But no, I didn't. I wasn't intimidated whatsoever.
You went almost 13 minutes with him, which...
Yeah, that's a nice fight. It was a 20-minute fight. It was a nice fight. I don't know if... actually, and I've got hometown decisions, too. I got stuck in the ropes. I shouldn't have wore shoes. I shouldn't have taped my hand. We were green. We didn't know, but he caught me in the ropes. And actually, Joe Silva told me they showed, when they were trying to get the Nevada to okay, they showed that fight because Nevada wanted a ring because the cage is so ominous, and they showed that fight. Listen, they should have Miguel, you saw that fight. I was in the ropes. They should have broke it, but that's life. I could have fell out of the ring too. I got a few hometown decisions in my life too, so that's how it goes.
No, that IVC was notorious because like the I remember like back in the first one or two when Pele fought Joel de Oliveira. And they're on the mat, and like he's got his eyelid torn off, and there's blood pouring all over. And the ref he just calls for a towel, and he starts cleaning the blood off of the mat. He's not touching the fighters, not breaking them up, anything. He's like doing maintenance on the mat. Like,
yeah, he was working. I got him. Maybe I'm a dinosaur. I miss them old days. I liked it.
Oh, isn't it funny? The old school, like you're talking about, man. You didn't even look into people who you were going to fight. You went there, didn't know the rules. I mean, what kind of a person the hell really would put you in a fight where you didn't even train for it really and fight one of the best guys on the road? In a way, I think Coleman didn't like you. But wasn't he trying to get your head right? He's like, fuck this guy. I'm going to get him hurt because,
we thought we could kill anyone down there. We were ready to fight in the bar the night before, the bar the night after. We were ready to go, bro. We were hammer hours.
Well, and the thing I love about it, too, is Bottarelli takes him, puts him at 200 pounds, and then puts him in at heavyweight his next fight against Barreto. And that one, I think and then all of a sudden he gets cut, and it's like they stop it on a cut.
No, they remember they were coagulating this cut on the thing. I'll tell you a real quick funny more story about Ebenezer is, so remember they took the contract was 200 pounds. Well, now I'm getting 201, and now listen, I'm a weight cutter, but I'm starting to hurt a little bit. Like, I'm starting to, and I finally got on a scale and it's 200 pounds, and they say no, 90 kilos, 90 kilos. And I said, fuck that though. The contract says 200 pounds. I'm like, man, F this. I kicked the door. And Coleman comes in there and he goes, listen, I'm sitting there in the bathroom, on the mirror and the sink. And he goes, listen, just cut them extra 2 pounds because when you beat them, they're going to say you didn't make weight and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Coleman, the contract says I'm big. And I just look in the mirror and I start fixing my hair. And he goes, oh, you're all right. Let's go. Hey, let's get the 2 pounds off. All right, let's go. Fuck it.